Hello, and welcome to the next installment of All Saints Soundbites. I'm Pastor Marty, and today I wanted to take an opportunity to talk to you about the altar candles. Historically, the altar candle served a very practical purpose, and that was to be able to read, to have light in a dark church to be able to read. Today, they've taken on deep symbolic meaning because of how the services used to be celebrated. The candle on this side is known as the Paschal Candle, and the candle on this side is known as the Gospel Candle. The reason for that was because everything used to be done at the altar, and especially when we used to celebrate Eastern Face Mass. The form I am most familiar with in an eastward-facing Mass is when the service, along with the epistle, is read from the Paschal Candle. The Paschal Candle serves a practical purpose in the sense of shining light upon the book so that you're able to read. Once the epistle has been read and you're preparing to read the Gospel, the book is processed to the other side of the altar to reside underneath the Gospel Candle, therefore shedding light upon the book so you're able to read. After the Gospel is read and we are prepared to celebrate the Eucharist, then and only then do we move to the center of the altar, where we're able to greet Jesus, the rising sun, as we face east. So the candles served a very practical purpose in an eastward-facing Mass, and the symbolism has stayed with us, even as we push the altars out, that we remain with the epistle side and the gospel side as we refer to the candles. Now, those are only two of the candles we use here at All Saints Anglican Church. Right now, I would like to take us to the font and where we can talk about the Paschal Candle. The Paschal Candle is first blessed at the Great Easter Vigil. It is lit from the new fire and brought into the church as the church sits in darkness. This is the new light of Christ in resurrection, and this is what it symbolizes. And it comes and it stays in the church and stays beside the font for all of the Easter season, for all 50 days into the day of Pentecost. After Pentecost, the Paschal Candle is removed from the church, but it is brought back anytime we celebrate a baptism or a funeral to symbolize Christ's light with us, and that Christ journeys with us from the beginning of our lives to the very end, when we are welcomed joyfully into the resurrection to be with our Lord. The final pair of candles that I want to talk about today are the lectern candles. They used to historically be known as pavement candles because they would rest on the paving stones, and they were also office lights. Here at All Saints, we kind of blend the traditions because we light them whenever we say the office, meaning morning prayer or evening prayer. But we also use them as processional candles at times when we process the gospel into the middle of the congregation, and the light of Christ travels with the gospel to illuminate the gospel book and serve a very practical purpose in old dark churches, was to be able to read the gospel book amongst the congregation. Thank you for taking your time to be with us today as we explored some of the practical and symbolic meaning behind the candles that we use here at All Saints. Hope you can come back and join us again next week as we continue to explore the church and all the different meanings and symbols that we have here at All Saints. And remember that All Saints, all are saints, all are loved, and all are welcomed. Have a blessed day.